I still can't believe we're in 2026. Like, it's kind of been like that, and we've entered 2026. And if you're watching this video, it means that you've made it. Congratulations. God is good. We have another year to do all the things that God has for us. And I'm particularly, I don't know if it's just me, but 2026 feels different. There is something about this season and this time that feels really, really different. And every year I have a word for 2026. And this year my word is audacity. 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 Sheer audacity. Like this year, call me audacious right now. That is my word for this year. And audacity simply means the willingness to take bold risk, to make bold movement, to do the things that a lot of people don't do or a lot of people are scared to do. 2025 was an interesting year, a challenging year, but I think I held back just a little bit, not just for me, but for you, if you allow it to be a year where you take bold leaps, you take bold movements, and you actually start getting and doing the things that you say you want to do. As a coach, I speak to a lot of people, and there's this and I find this when I'm speaking to people, there's this thing of people know what they want, or they have an idea of what they want, but there's a gap between wanting it and actually going to get it. And there's this level of complacency in between where actually, like, people are dying left, right, and center. At the point of this recording, I was reading on the news about Anthony Joshua and his friends that died just before Christmas. Like, they were expecting to enter the new year and they didn't. You don't know when your last breath is going to be. So why would we wait and just postpone things and procrastinate and say, yeah, I'll do it and not do it? Like, there is no time. And the time that is there. So I say this to say, let this be your year where you believe God for more. You believe God that you can actually do the thing that you want to do, whether it's going to school, whether it's losing weight, it's starting a new job, it's starting a new business, it's leaving the job, like being audacious about it and not just talking the talk, but actually walking the walk. You know what you want, and this is the end result, and you're stuck somewhere here. And I'm really excited to come back on YouTube. I've been on Instagram. I spent 2025 posting consistently, I might add, on Instagram, and I've been on YouTube here and there, but I think I've really missed long form videos. I've really missed just talking and explaining and teaching and sharing my lessons learned. So we're bringing back YouTube this year for the people that have been on YouTube, that have been watching videos, the people that have asked me what happened to YouTube. We are coming back in this year, and I'm so excited. Like, I have got so many cool plans and things for the year, which I'm excited about. But I wanted to share, just for the video today, a framework that I'm working with that is going to keep me for the year. And it's like a three simple step process for 2026 that will make sure that we're living boldly, we're living confidently, we're living to the maximum. Like, December 2026 will meet us like, oh my gosh, I can't believe all of this was done in a year. MFM, that's what the framework is. MFM. And I've really simplified it so it can be something that's simple, that you can do, that you can think about whenever you're making a decision. Remember MFM. When you're about to do something, you think, and you're about to procrastinate, MFM. Remember MFM. You're about to make a decision and you're not sure. Remember MFM. So it's really simple. The first one is mindset. Like, what is a mindset that you're holding towards that particular thing? What is a mindset that you have that's been holding you back? You can't, just because it's a new year, and we have this thing where we say new year, new me, whilst it is a new year and we thank God. However, it's still the same you and the same mindset. And if you're bringing your old version and your old way of thinking and your old beliefs into the new year, it's really just going to be the same year. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but a new year requires a new mindset. It requires a new way of thinking. If you want more, if you were to become promoted into a new role, you can't use the way of thinking that you had in your old role into the new managerial or directorial position. You have to start thinking differently. You have to start thinking at and looking at life differently. And that requires a new mindset. So this season, and what you're believing God for and what you want more of, what is the mindset that you need to be and to sustain that level? If you're someone who was like on £1,000 a month level, if you're now believing God for £10,000 months, your mindset has to change to require you to be on the £10,000 a month level. You can't have the same mindset you had on a £1,000 level to the 10,000. There has to be an increase. There has to be capacity. You increase and change your mindset through what you're consuming. And before you even start consuming, like, assess what is your current mindset, what are your beliefs on money, what are your beliefs on faith, like what's holding you back, what held you back in 2025, and start just to analyze and have these conversations. I'm very big on goal setting and vision board setting, but before I even did my vision, I had to assess what happened in the previous year, what worked, what didn't work, what did I do well, what didn't I do well, what stopped me from moving forwards, and being very honest about the things that did work and the things that didn't and the reasons why. Sometimes we say, oh, I don't have time. Babes, time is not your issue. There are people, or everyone around us has the same amount of time. It's not a time issue. It's a priorities issue. It could be a finance issue. It could be a motivation issue. It could be a procrastination issue. It can be any other issue, but it's not a time issue. It is not a time issue because we all have the same amount of time. So your mindset, that is the thing that stops you. It's not lack of money, it's what you believe. What do you believe about money that stops you? What do you believe about being in a relationship that stops you from being in a successful relationship? And be willing to put in the work and change your mindset and improve the way that you think. When you get that thought, think, does this align with where I want to go? If it doesn't, replace that mindset. If you have a mindset of, I don't want to post on social media because my friends will laugh at me or people are going to look, like, that is a mindset. Your friends probably don't care. They probably don't care. And so you're holding yourself back because you think other people are laughing at you, or you think people are going to say something. Like, that is a limiting belief that's holding you back. And that's what I mean when I say mindset. Just do a quick check. What's your mindset on A, B, C, or whatever it is that you want to do? The second one is faith. I believe in God personally. So my faith is in God. Like, having audacity and being able to believe that God is able to do great and mighty things means me having faith. Even when I don't see it, even when I can't taste it, I can't touch it. Yeah, so faith is, do I have faith in God? Do I trust that God is able to give me the child, is able to make my business successful, is able to give me the friends that I need or provide everything that I need? And sometimes as Christians, we may get in this thing of talking the talk, but actually, like, we don't believe it. And that's where trust comes in. We might say the jargon, like, oh yes, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. We can say, yes, with God all things are possible. But actually, like, in your heart, when no one is there with you, when no one is there and it's just you and God and you're in your bedroom, do you believe that God can do it? Can you have and increase your capacity, increase your faith to actually, like, believe God is able to do it? And sometimes a new year or a new season requires a new level of faith. Yes, you had faith that God could pay all your bills and you're working, but do you have faith that you can step out and be an entrepreneur and God will still see you, and God will still provide for you, and God will still do exceedingly abundantly above all, even though you don't have the comfort of the job that you once had? Can you have faith and pivot into a new country that you don't know, but because God has told you to move, you have faith that your movement is an act of faith, and actually you believe that God is going to provide for you in that new country? Do you have faith that you can start again in a new place of work and actually you'll thrive and be successful? Or are you holding back because you don't trust God or you don't have faith? And that's what I mean by, do you have the faith that you outwardly say that you do? And sometimes you might have faith for one level, but do you have faith for more? Like, I want the kind of faith that will part the Red Sea. Like, do you have faith that when you move, the Red Sea will be parted? That's a different level of faith. Do you have faith when everything looks like it's impossible, you will still say, yes, because I've seen it, because God has shown me, I will do it, regardless of whether I've done it before, regardless of whether no one's done it before and it's actually really new, regardless of whether I'm pioneering into something new? Do you have the faith that will carry you to see that thing come to pass? That's that level of faith, the audacious level of faith, the bold level of faith, the borderline blind level of faith. When God told Abraham, like, get out of your family's house, go to a land that I'll show you. That level of faith that says, I'm going to cut all connection with this area and I'm starting afresh. I don't know the plan. I don't know what's going to happen, but I believe that God is in it, and I have faith and I trust that God will supply all my needs and I will lack nothing. that level of faith. We've looked at mindset, we've looked at faith, and the last M is movement. And this is the thing that trips people up. People like to talk the talk, we like to plan for it, we like to do all of these things, but very little people will actually move and start walking towards the thing that they want, the business they desire, the empire they want to build, the child that they want, the savings they want in their pocket, the weight they want to lose. A lot of people are stuck at the talking and planning and procrastinating and making excuses. But the thing that's going to set you and me apart to everybody else is not because we're special. We're all special. It's not because we have all this money. It's actually because we're going to be audacious enough to make the movements and to be bold about the movements that we're making, even when it doesn't make sense. So that's the faith element. Even when I don't have money, I'm still going to move and make small steps towards where I'm going. And the thing that trips us, a lot of us up, is we want to have everything before we start moving. We want to have the content room, we want to have the camera, we want to have the microphone, we want to have everything before we can start moving. Actually, movement says, with my phone, I'm going to record this video and upload it until I get to a point where I've got the camera. Movement means I'm going to start applying for jobs, and I'm going to apply for jobs even if I don't necessarily think I'm qualified, because you don't know what your God can do. Movement means actually just starting to make more movements towards your health. You don't have to have a gym membership. You can do at-home workouts in your kitchen. You can buy a walking pad and start walking. That is movement. Incremental steps and incremental steps forward will help you get to where you're going. Anybody who's been on this channel will know one of my favorite quotes is, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. And sometimes we get overwhelmed because it looks massive. The goal, the desire, the wish, the dream that we want looks huge. And because it looks so big, we're like, oh, I can't possibly do that. But every day you have a chance to do something. It doesn't have to always be huge. You won't always have 5 hours in your day every single day to work towards it. But you've got 10 minutes. In those 10 minutes, what can you do? What movement can you do to get you closer to your destination? It could be making the application form. It could be starting the business, registering it on Companies House or wherever you register if you're international. It could be just buying the treadmill. It could be doing a 10-minute Grow with Joe workout on YouTube. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. It doesn't have to be anything big, but you can start today making small incremental steps towards where you want to go. Don't get tripped up in it has to be huge, it has to be big. No, record a video. If that's what you want to do, record a video and talk for a minute. Hey guys, da 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 da, and post it. No one ever got successful by waiting on the big moments. It's not about the big moments. It's about the small everyday lifestyle choices we make in our time and in our day. What are you going to do to move closer every single day to your goals? And that really is MFM. Mindset, faith, motivation. Every single day be thinking, today, every day, what's the MFM? What is the mindset I've got today? How do I have faith? What do I need to do to increase my level of faith? And what movement am I doing? That is the framework that I'm using personally in this 2026, in my year of audacity. And when you now see my audacious movements, please, no one tried to stop me. Nobody asked me questions. Let me be Delulu in my own world with my God. Don't ask. Don't ask. If you see me doing the most, don't ask. Because really 2026 is an audacious year. It's a bold year. It's a year of, I'm excited for the year. This is my first YouTube video of 2026 and there will be more to come. I promise you there's more to come. We'll talk about it. So let me know what your MFM is. What is your mindset? What are some of the goals that you're setting in this year? I'd love to know. And let's keep each other accountable. Let's be on this journey together. I found having a community and doing things together is really inspiring and actually helps you get more and makes the process really enjoyable. So if you're looking for a community, if you're a woman, women only, please. If you're a woman, I have the Influential Women community, which you will see here on Instagram. Please go follow along. There are events. We do masterclasses. We do mindset challenges. We have a whole community of women who want more for their life, who are audacious, who are bold and ambitious. And if you want to be part of that movement, please go ahead and follow on Instagram. I'll put the link in the description below as well. I will see you there. And I'm excited for you for 2026. See you in the next video.